Hello friends, welcome back to Pathshala. In today's session, we will going to discuss the transmission of impulses through our nerve cell. So, the information that is received from outside of the environment or inside environment is known as stimuli. And these stimuli are sensed by different kinds of stimuli are sensed by the nerve cells, or rather I say the neuron, and the information that is received from the outer or inside environment is passes through these neurons via in the form of impulses or electrical impulses. So the basic pathway of the impulse transmission is the stimuli that is generated passed on to the dendron of these stimuli are received by the dendron that are present in the sense organ. Then from this dendron, the dendron passes these impulses to the cell body or cyton of a neuron. Then cell body again passes the information into the action, and the action then transmit its signal to another neuron, or the action passes its impulses to the CNS for further processing. Next is this by which mechanism the action passes the information to the CNS. There is actually some chemicals are present in the action that transmits these signals from one action to the other neuron. The neuron in the rest condition. So in the rest condition, the neuron outside of the neuron is positively charged. So if I consider this is the action of the neuron, then the outside is positively charged in rest condition. Ions that present in the extracellular fluid outside the action is positively charged, and the inside of these is the negatively charged ions are present. Okay. When an impulse is generated, then the ion gates are open. These ion gates are opened, and the positively charged impulses goes inside, whereas the negatively charged impulses ions actually goes outside. So when in rest condition, the outside the extracellular fluid ion is positively charged, and inside the cytoplasm, the ions present in the cytoplasm is negatively charged. But when the impulse came, the ion gate opens, and the negatively charged ions goes outside, whereas the positively charged ions goes inside. So this positively charged ions goes inside, and this makes the impulse to travel further. And when the impulse goes further, then the posterior position, the ion gate in posterior position get back to its normal resting condition. So again the outside is become positively charged, whereas the inside of the cell is negatively charged. When the impulse goes further away, the ion gates become closed, and the posterior portion become again in resting condition. When the impulse reaches to the outer portion of the reaches to the end portion of the action, the end bulb contains many vacuole-like structures and it has some granules in it. It has some, or rather I say it has some chemical structures in it. So these chemical structures are chemical substances on reaching the impulse, electrical impulse in the nerve end. These these chemical structures get released to the outside. These chemical substances released to the outside portion, and this chemical substances then carried the information to this portion. The electrical impulse is carried by the ions. Then after reaching to the end position, these chemical substances released, and these chemical substance then transmit this information to the other neurons, dendron. This is the dendron. So to other neurons, dendron then receives these signals and passes it to the cell body, the neuron cell body. So in this way the transmission happens, and these chemical substances are known as neurotransmitters. These neurotransmitters are located at the end bulb or synapse region of an action, and these neurotransmitters help to transmit the electrical signal from one neuron to the another one. Some of the examples of the neurotransmitters are acetylcholine, A, then the noradrenaline hormone is also acted as a neurotransmitter. So noradrenaline. Then another acid performs this neurotransmitter function. So that known as glutamic acid. So glutamic acid these are all the examples of the neurotransmitter. So neurotransmitter does what? It conducts it transmits the information chemically via one end of the action to the neuron of the adjacent neuron, the dendron of the adjacent neuron. So this is the basic transmission of the impulse that generated via receiving a stimuli, and this information is passing towards the CNS, and in this pathway also the order that is given by the CNS is carried towards the effector muscle. Thank you so much.